Tucker Bounds is the national spokesman for the McCain campaign and joins us now. Tucker, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Nora. Happy to be here.
I'll let you have a crack at just responding to Barack Obama just right there, where he said John McCain doesn't mind his government health care plan. Your response?
Well, there are two things, Nora. First of all, is John McCain's health care plan actually effectively would do wonders for the middle class. What it would do is give $5,000 directly to families to shop for their own health care. The market would become more competitive. You'd have more accessibility. You'd have more affordability. Health care would get better. It would be more accessible to middle class families. Expressly a better plan. I think that what he's doing, not only with those remarks, but what his campaign is doing, is advertising in complete falsehoods. They've said that John McCain wants to tax health care. It is a 100% lie. This is the sort of stuff that we're dealing with this campaign. I think it speaks to the dishonesty of the candidate that we oppose, and I think that's why the American taxpayer can't trust Barack Obama when he's talking about expanding the government by $1 trillion, not expanding their taxes when he has a record of voting for higher taxes. You know, ultimately this race is going to be about credibility, and Barack Obama's short on it.
Let's turn now to last night's presidential debate between Joe Biden and Sarah Palin. Want to turn first to there was an exchange about Afghanistan where Sarah Palin misstated the name of the general there. Let's listen.
McClellan did not say definitively that the surge principles would not work in Afghanistan.
What about that? It was General McKiernan. In fact, he had just met with the president in the Oval Office the other day. Why did she mess up there and not have his name?
Well, you know, I don't want to get inside of her head and decide why she said McClellan instead of McKiernan or what have you. But I will point out, you know, it's interesting that I'm getting this question today, Nora, considering the fact that, you know, in his attempts to establish his regular Joe bona fides, you had Joe Biden talk about going down to Katie's Diner. Katie's Diner's been shuttered in Wilmington, Delaware for years, and we see that today. He's, oh, I spend my time down at Home Depot. I wonder how much of what Joe Biden and Barack Obama are we really supposed to believe when they talk about cutting taxes, but actually vote to raise taxes on people making as little as $42,000 a year. When they talk about fiscal responsibility and request $1 billion of earmarks for their own state and $1 trillion in new spending. I mean, what are we supposed to believe here, Nora? That's what I think the voters are going to be left with. And on Election Day, I think we're in pretty good standing.
Finally, Tucker, I just want to get your take on the big news yesterday that the campaign is essentially pulling back in the state of Michigan. Are you conceding that state? And what does it say about the state of affairs of the McCain campaign that you're narrowing your field for victory?
Well, I think it says very good things that we're actually moving away from what has arguably been a blue state for a very long time. This late date in the race, we're closing in on 30 days until Election Day, and the McCain campaign has kept on offense in Michigan, kept Barack Obama on defense in that state for several months now, and here we are moving into the more targeted states. I think that most political strategists and analysts agree that we've done a very good job at remaining competitive there as long as we have. So we're moving to the traditional map. I expect that Barack Obama, you know, he's pulled out of North Dakota, he's pulled out of Alaska, Montana, some of these other states, Georgia. You know, these campaigns are going to continue to focus in on the traditional map. We just think that Barack Obama's campaign's sort of being a little bit silly. They're overextended, and we're going to make them pay in the target states.
All right, Tucker Bounds with the McCain campaign. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Nora. Appreciate it.